Marion Bowman Jr., a South Carolina inmate who spent more than half his life on death row, was executed by lethal injection on January 31, 2025, marking the first execution in the United States this year. Bowman, 44, was convicted in 2002 of the murder and third-degree arson of 21-year-old Candy Martin, a high school acquaintance whose body was found burned in the trunk of her car in 2001. The conviction stemmed from a dispute over a debt, and key evidence presented by the prosecution came from the testimony of friends and relatives who reportedly received plea deals or had charges dropped in exchange for their cooperation. From his arrest at age 20 until his final moments, however, Bowman staunchly maintained his innocence, a claim that defined his 2 decades of incarceration and his final rejection of the justice system. The execution was the third carried out by South Carolina since the state resumed capital punishment in late 2024 after a 13-year pause, following the successful acquisition of lethal injection drugs, specifically pentobarbital, under a newly enacted SHIELD law. Bowman's case attracted significant attention due to his unwavering denial of guilt, a decision so firm that he refused a plea deal for a life sentence and, in a powerful act of defiance, chose not to request clemency from the governor, stating he could not, in good conscience, ask for a supposed mercy that would require him to spend the rest of his life in prison for a crime he did not commit. His legal team fought unsuccessfully to have his conviction revisited, citing concerns over ineffective trial counsel with alleged biases and claims that exculpatory evidence was withheld. In his final statement, Bowman not only proclaimed his innocence, stating, "I did not kill Candy Martin," but also offered a wider commentary on the men he had come to know on death row. He expressed his hope that his death would bring some relief to Candy Martin's family, but also spoke of the human nature of the condemned, noting, "We are not what the state labels us to be. We are kind, caring, loving people, and it's a shame the world can't see that." His defense also highlighted that he was an emerging adult at the time of the crime, one of a disproportionate number of young black men executed in the state for offenses committed under the age of 21. Marion Bowman Jr. was pronounced dead at 6:27 p.m. local time after the lethal injection process. His final act of self-determination, the refusal of a life sentence for a crime he claimed he didn't commit, encapsulated a long-standing debate over the finality of the death penalty, particularly in cases involving incentivized testimony and claims of innocence that remain unresolved. His execution closed a painful chapter for both his family and the family of Candy Martin, but it also reignited public discussion about the application of capital punishment and the irreversible consequences of a flawed justice system. We extend our condolences to the families of Marion Bowman Jr. and Candy Martin. Lives lost can never be replaced, and while justice may have been delivered, the weight of tragedy remains. But this is only part of the story. Join us in the next video as we uncover more about the prisoners executed in 2025 and the victims whose names should never be forgotten.